and we need help, it wouldn't be a problem. Our administration started within the period of mourning. We lost our former financial secretary, Abdul Razak. May Allah have mercy on him. The major activity that took place immediately after we assumed office was the Dawah outreach, which comes off at the end of every semester. We visited 4 communities: Krakro, Domiabra, Mosu, and Motosia, all in the Ashanti region. We spent a number of days, 5 days there, and it was within the month of Ramadan. It wasn't easy though, but Alhamdulillah, we were able to achieve most of our aims. Alhamdulillah. Your Excellency, the National Gmsa President, as well as all invited guests, Gmsa University received an invitation letter from National Gmsa Secretariat to attend a Central Committee meeting at Amen Professional College. That was on the 20th, from 20th to 22nd July 2018. Alhamdulillah, myself, my financial secretary, my general secretary, as well as our ladies wing president, represented Gmsa University. And at the meeting, in that program, and then we tried our possible best to give them senior postmates to help them, even though some of them still don't have senior postmates, but then we are still working together. Alhamdulillah. On the 21st of September, we embarked on a general visitation to all halls on campus, as well as hostels off campus. We went, we addressed, we sought their concerns, their issues of concerns. Most of them, they had problems with time management. When we come for programs, we don't close on time. But then the issue is that we don't come on time. So if you don't come on time, how do you close on time? Honorable members, on the 12th of October 2018, we are going to have a symposium. We are inviting Sheikh Sheikh Ibrahim Ishaq Nuyama. He is coming to present on the topic, principles that drive the life of an upright Muslim. This shall take place at the public hall dining hall between the hours of 8 to 11:30 p.m. It shall be a Friday, so he would come deliver a khutbah on that day, then the night will go for the symposium, inshallah. Then the very next day, that will be the 13th of October, inshallah, we embark on the hospital visitation to Tech Hospital, KNUST Hospital. We are going to visit the patient there and then at least show care and concern to them. We are coming out with a new program, an innovative program known as Extending a Helping Hand. This is to help our freshers and some of the continuing students who have issues with their academics. We are working to get senior postmates capable of helping, and also some of the Muslim teens, so that after the mobile Quran classes on Saturdays and Sundays, we have at least 1 hour or 2 time for the freshers and some of the continuing students to help them with some of the difficult courses in their department. The final year students are not left out. On the 20th of October, we are going to organize an orientation. That will be the project work orientation. How to go about your project work, how to write a good thesis. We are going to get qualified personnel. We will get some of the master students and some of our old students to come and help us with this program. Honorable members of this association, between 18th to 24th November 2018, we shall have the Gmsa Week of Accountability. All Gmsa executives as well as officers will be present in front of a panel in the General Assembly to give account of what they have done so far, their challenges, and what we should expect from them next semester, inshallah. Miscellaneous. The mosque project. Our long-awaited masjid is near completion, inshallah. It is very disheartening to hear that KNUST, a prestigious institution, has no masjid. Even though a land was given to us by the university to establish a mosque in the year 2000, we haven't been able to establish a mosque all this while due due to financial difficulty. Alhamdulillah, by the end of this semester, our state-of-the-art masjid, which shall be the epitome of beauty on KNUST campus, shall be complete and ready for use, inshallah. We pray for Allah's blessings and mercy unto those who helped make this project a success. This does not mean that we don't need help anymore. We still need help. Initially, the plan was that the project would be complete, or the masjid would be complete by July this year. Due to financial difficulties and some other challenges, we couldn't meet that criteria. That is why it's still ongoing. Inshallah, by the end of this year, it shall be complete. Inshallah. The bus project. One other challenge as an association on campus is the fact that we do not have our own means of transport. Our predecessors, the 2006-2007 administration, therefore thought it wise to go into a long-term plan to raise money in order to execute such a task of getting the association a bus, in what became known as the bus project. Alhamdulillah, the subsequent administrations after them also contributed their quota to this cause up to date. So far, there is an amount close to 3,717 cedis, 49 pesos in the bus project account. This does not even constitute about 5% of the total amount we need for the bus. So we still have a long way to go. So we call on you, O servants of Allah, to help the cause of Allah. Invest your money in the hereafter and in the attainment of the pleasure of Allah, so that inshallah Jannatul Firdaus shall be our abode, inshallah. The review of our constitution. The Gmsa Knust constitution, the constitution is supposed to be reviewed every 5 years. But for the past 12 years, since 2006, our constitution has not been reviewed. Our current administration has therefore taken it upon ourselves, together with the entire membership, to review the constitution of our noble association, Gmsa. The non-residential masjid, non-red. Our non-red masjid, which was close to the Department of Architecture, was pulled down at the initial stages of the long vacation. They did so with the aim of putting up bigger structures for the university without even informing us in the first place. We didn't take it easy with them. We confronted those on the site who were working there, only to be told that it was an order from above. We met our patron, Dr. Bukari Ali, and he also spoke with the provost of the college. We were told to remain patient, and then we will be given an alternative place to re-establish Norway. But up to date, we've not had any positive response. But alhamdulillah, the leadership of Gmsa Knust, we have suggested a nice place to them that is close to where the masjid was, closer to Ayudia Gate. So our provost has relayed it to our patron has relayed the information to the provost, and inshallah, we hope and pray that Norway shall be re-established very soon, inshallah. Gmsa Knust Counseling Unit. The counseling unit of our noble association has been in the hide for some time now, in essence, not functioning. By the permission of Allah, the current administration will work tirelessly to revive such a beneficial unit of the association, at least before we hand over the leadership mantle to our successors. Maghrib and Isha Salawat. The Imamate Council has resolved that from now on, no place is authorized for the establishment of Maghrib and Isha Salawat on campus apart from the Great Hall foyer. Also, members of campus are encouraged to try as much as possible to perform their salawats at Ayudia Gate, Ayudia Masjid, or the Amen Masjid. This is due to the fact that there are special and important programs modeled to meet the requirements of the members, which are scheduled to be taking place between Maghrib and Isha. The daily activities at the Great Hall. On Sunday, we have Behind the Veil, and sometimes Gmsa Live 360, in which we invite renowned scholars, lecturers, and Muslims who have made it in life to come and share experience with us. On Mondays and Tuesdays, we study Quran. On Wednesdays, we study fiqh. Thursday is Tajweed, Friday Tafsir, and Saturday Tawheed. Problems and challenges. Your Excellency, the National Gmsa President, our normal members present, one of the serious challenges facing us currently is a lack of commitment and not showing of interest on the part of some of our members in the general running of our association. Alhamdulillah, most of our freshers are up and doing, and then some of our continuing students who are very committed. From experience, when their first averages are released, most of them distance themselves from Gmsa, thinking that Gmsa is a waste of time. It was because of Gmsa they had 42.9. So they don't come for activities anymore. But then from statistics, you realize that those who were active in Gmsa, they took on leadership roles. They ended up doing very well, topping their classes, becoming teaching assistants. And a classic example is our former Gmsa Chief Imam, who is currently a TA in the horticulture department. Most of them end up getting scholarships to study abroad. So my word of advice to you is that please don't leave us. Gmsa will never disappoint you. Gmsa isn't for the Gmsa president. Gmsa isn't for the chief imam. Gmsa is for us all. So please, let's all be active. Let's ease the affairs for the leaders, for them to work peacefully. Let's be hardworking. When we work together as the ants do, we are able to achieve success. So therefore, I would urge members not to hesitate in bringing out ideas and suggestions which will be needed for the betterment of our noble association, Gmsa. One of the key challenges is the issue of finance. As an association, our main source of finance is our dues. We are therefore pleading on members to pay the dues for the smooth running of the association. We should also increase our voluntary contributions at the massages, especially at the Great Hall. Finally, dealing with humanity, especially Muslims, is one of the few opportunities that Allah grants to His servants. Yet, it is one of the most difficult things one can ever think of. In that regard, we are pleading on us all to make one another's task easy. Let's be active citizens and not lazy spectators. Let us make the leadership task easy for the leaders, and inshallah, we the leaders will do our possible best to make the fellowship easy for our beloved members. Thank you all for your time, for your audience, and for your patience. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.